scraping off the numbers on the check, then touching them up with a ballpoint pen, cutting out a name from the newspaper, and carefully pasting it on. Just like that, a fake check was born. But this kind of forgery was never going to fool a bank teller. No matter how smooth Frank talked, nobody would cash it for him. Even playing sick and pulling the sympathy card couldn't get him $5. Then, out on the street, a beam of light caught his eye. Standing before him, absolutely radiating, was a pilot in a stunning uniform, with gorgeous flight attendants by his side, kids chasing him down for autographs wherever he went. Frank suddenly remembered what his father told him when he took him along on business deals.
You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?
Because they have Mickey Mantle?
No. It's because the other teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes.
Frank realized what he was missing, a pilot's uniform. But where on earth could he get one? The clever guy posed as a journalist and interviewed a retired pilot. His flattery worked like a charm. The man spilled everything, even gifting him an old employee badge as a keepsake, and pointed him to exactly where pilots get their uniforms made. With the key info in hand, Frank went straight to the uniform company and had them make him a full set.
Why so nervous?
How'd you feel if you, lost your uniform first week on the job?
The total came out to $164, way more than Frank had expected. He planned to pay with a fake check, but they told him all he needed was an employee ID number. That put a big smile on Frank's face. With the pilot uniform on, Frank could turn heads just walking down the street. At the bank, the manager came out personally to greet him, and his fake checks cashed out without a hitch. On top of that, he bluffed his way into the cockpit by posing as a crew member. Even though it was his first time on a plane, he played it off like a total pro. Though when it actually took off, his heart nearly jumped out of his chest. Arriving in a new city, his first order of business was cashing fake checks. He clocked right away that the girl was a newbie, so he zeroed in on her. Not only did he cash the check, he also sweet-talked the check routing code secret out of her. To step up his forgery game, he specifically bought a retired bank printer at auction, but he was cranking out so many fake checks that it caught the FBI's attention. The agent quickly tracked down Frank's address. He stormed the room alone and found a whole stash of forgery tools, but the place was empty. Then the shower turned on. The agent immediately raised his gun and ordered whoever was inside to come out. Frank stayed ice cold. He claimed to be Bruce Wayne from the CIA, saying they had already made the arrest ahead of him. The agent wasn't buying it and demanded to see his ID. Frank coolly handed over his wallet, but before it was even opened, he called the agent over, telling him to watch his colleagues loading the suspect into a car outside. The agent finally bought the story. Frank played right along, ready to walk out with the so-called evidence. But just as he reached the door, the agent called him back.
Your wallet. You hang on to it for a minute. I trust you.
The agent, who thought everything was fine, suddenly sensed something was off. He opened Frank's wallet. Inside was nothing but random brand tags, not a single ID. Realizing he'd been played, he rushed to the window, but Frank had already vanished into thin air.